Arlington, Texas. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here we go. We're 20! Switch up!
On the ground, Michelle. And, whoa, he's going to hope that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Here we go. Pac-Man. 180! Watch the run. 2-jet. 57. Mike, 57. I'm coming for you, Mom!
To throw, it's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Harold Landry make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Check. Watch 54. Ram. I'm going back to you.
Working from the gun. Wentz. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 23 yards, the final tally.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 49-yard line.
Go. 280! Come on.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 35.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well. And he's got it.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Watch tight.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
Focus, defense, focus.
Throwing is Wentz. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating 1st downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Set, 180! Check 53. We didn't want this. Check 3, check 3. Alert, 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 alert.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, alert 33. 152. Watch. Hey, orbit. This is the mic. You're not ready. You're not ready. Hey, Mike 52.
Throwing, Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike 53.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch 84. Watch 84. He's going. Alert, alert. Alert, alert. Mike 52.
Mayfield down. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Michelle. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
Wentz now to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Now Wentz. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Ready? Point it right, point it right, point it right. Check.
They run it with Balaj. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on third. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hey, alert!
Now Balaj. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Hey, alert! Check 52 to Mike. Hey, exit. 2 to Mike. Man out. 52 to Mike. What?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Joey Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now it's Lockett. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz completes it to Davis. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Mike 52, Mike 52. Let's go.
Here's Mayfield. Got an open man. It's Ratley. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. I'm coming, I'm coming. I'm coming. 5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2, Mike 5-2.
Mayfield to throw it. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Tight right, tight right. 4 down, check. 4 down, 4 down. Pistol. Check 31. Mike 52.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. That ball complete to Isabella. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Let's go.
Gets this to Isabella on the jet sweep. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
180! Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Rip left. Real.
Balaj. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Mayfield looks to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. picked by Tracy Walker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Harold Landry in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now this one complete on the slant route, and he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The Giants on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's 57, 57's Mike. Hey, man. 57. Forward, go. Yeah, let's get second.
Wentz going to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
That's good for a Cowboys first down.
180. 52, regular. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you
think,
mean by that, bro?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
They'll run here with Balaj. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. From the 36, Mayfield. And he will find his man on the outside. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And they'll get this down to the 10. 11 more on that one and another first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
I'm going to run you over.
Now a handoff here to his running back. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. All right, here we go. Hey, on 133. 52.
Now Mayfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Here's Wentz to throw. This one caught by Davis. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing on first is Wentz. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Now Wentz. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. They come out here in the eye.
Oh, you got deep. Tight end right. Tight end right. 3 down. 3 down.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. This will be caught at about the 5. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Roosevelt Nix as the first half is winding down. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Here we go. Pac-Man. Waiting.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
Oh, here we go. Oh, tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Up, left it. Pistol. Let's go. Hey, my God.
From the 31, Mayfield going deep downfield for Ross. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cowboys. John Ross with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and that'll bring up second down.
Go. 120.
Wentz. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now Wentz on third down. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Mayfield now, 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. They'll set up the screen to Balazs. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Run. 52, line 52. It's a corner now.
Mayfield. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 40.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Mike, 53.
Mayfield on first down. This one caught by Isabella. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Hey, we got 4
On third down, Mayfield. He can run for it, and he will. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down, and inside the 5-yard line.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Here's a run with Balaj. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Switch! Done!
They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Mayfield down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Lambo is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down gets them a yard to the 26. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Wentz now to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score Cowboys 10, Giants 3.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Here we go, here we go. 180! You got nothing today. You got nothing.
To throw, it's Wentz. Screenplay, Johnson. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Wentz to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Push him back. Hey, 74, 74. 57's the night. Watch 57. Hey, check. Listen. 57's right. Watch the pass. 57's the mic.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jayon Brown in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
46 down, man, 5-4. Let's go.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. They'll start with a give here to Balaj. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. 52, Mike 52. Watch the run, watch the run. No, check that. We got Mike 52. I got it.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Shift. Regular. Got.
From the 35 on second down, Mayfield. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
Right 52. Hey, Alpha. Check. Where's 52?
Mayfield from the gun on third down. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. Hey, Zoo.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Mayfield now from the 50. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Now they try the right side here. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
You got three down. Tight dog. Watch twist. Check 15. Real. Check right.
Again, it's Balaj. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Defense, let's go. Slam.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And Lambeau will put this one through, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
On the ready.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Set, 20.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll indeed take a knee.
It's a loss of 8. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 12-yard line.
And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, check. 3 down.
Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote. They put up their goal at the beginning of the season, and that was to win 7 games, and now they've accomplished that mission.
And congratulations to them for achieving their goal. They have to finish the season strong, but you've got to think that going forward for next year, they're going to jump that number up a little bit higher.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.